Hi team. Chances are, if you're watching this video, that your big swim is coming up very soon. So in this video, I wanted to go through some of the things that you need to be doing now in order to make sure that the couple weeks before your swim are as stress-free as possible and you are well prepared. So by now, you would have done your qualifying swim, whether that's a 10K, a 6 hour, a 13-degree swim, all of that jazz. And so hopefully by now, if you're working with me one-on-one, that we've got your plan ready to go for your big swim, or we now know some changes that we need to make. So you want to be making sure that you've got kind of 3 to 5 feeds that are solid for you, that work well, that you're comfortable with, so that you can start looking at that to see what you need to order. Don't leave it to the last minute, particularly as a lot of the products you're getting, you need to order online. So allow enough time for it to go out of stock or it to get lost in the mail so you've got enough. And with that, I guess if you're unsure of how much to order, we can go through now what your plan would look like, thinking about how long it's going to be. If it's a 10-hour swim, a 12-hour swim, catering for 18 hours, and then how many of each we'd need, plus backups. So with that, any backup items that have worked well in the past or that might work when you're sick, like a flat soft drink or a ginger cordial, different foods, different types and different flavors of products that you're using already, it's really handy to have that. So that's number one, of ordering the nutrition that you're using already that's working well and finalizing that plan. Number two is, if it's a cold swim, keeping on top of your cold acclimation, particularly for our Southern Hemisphere swimmers. It's hard to find enough cold water, so keep up those ice baths, those cold plunges, or swimming in cold water when you can get to it. Just because you've gone through your qualifier swim, you want to keep that up just so you are prepared for the worst, and you enjoy the swim as much as possible. Another thing is making sure that you've tried all your medications and supplements that you need for your swim. Even if you think you're going to have no issues with it, it's just good to practice everything. Practice the caffeine, practice your antihistamines, your anti-nausea or your antiemetic medication, so we know what works well for you. Another thing is thinking ahead to the travel and how early before your swim you're going to be there, or how close to the swim you're arriving, and thinking about that as well. So how long do you have to travel for? Do you need to plan ahead and take snacks for stops? Do you need to look ahead to the plane menu for depending dietary preferences, and if there's going to be enough food there for you, or the types of food? And if you're unsure about that, then we can have a chat, which we will anyway, about your travel nutrition and the week leading up. So practicing your carbohydrate loading plan as well. So if you've already done a cold camp or your qualifier swim with me, then you would have practiced your carbohydrate loading, but keep doing that in your long swims, just again, so your body knows and can adjust to that amount of food and utilize that, because we want to really overcompensate our muscle glycogen stores, so that delays the time to fatigue and stocks up your muscle stores as much as possible before you then use fat or have to rely on your feeds later on. So there's some of the key things to be doing right now, making sure that you're also fueling before training, after training, during training. You're going to be sick of me saying to eat, feed, but trust me, it is so important, particularly now as we come up to you soon. You want to be supporting your immunity really well. And one thing to do that is eating enough and fueling around training. So good luck as it comes closer. Don't get overwhelmed. Write down everything, write your lists, tick them off one at a time. You've done so much good work already. You're nearly there. So don't let your mind make you go crazy.